he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
Terry, I know I killed it that time.
Hell no.
Well, everyone watching knows I killed it. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight on this very special edition of the HLS Pod, the Habitual Line Steppers. I'm Garrett Langley Henson, coming to y'all from Charlotte, North Carolina.
And I am masked up, mask on, mask off. Terry Ricardo, the Shades of the Second. Wear your fucking mask. Let's go. I'm done.
Outbreak Central, man. You gotta be safe.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, did you vote?
Did you hear about the that Sweet 16 party that they had, like the MTV style joint? This bitch had like 1,000 people to her Sweet 16 party, and 400 of them got COVID.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like a super hotspot outbreak from this one birthday party. Now they're like infecting all of Nashville. The Titans are canceling their games and shit. Like, it's crazy.
That was in Nashville?
Yeah, bro. Wild shit.
Dang, nah, I did not hear about that. That's
They're
great.
tracing everything back. It's like the start of AIDS. It really is. They're like, we just got to trace this back to one gay flight attendant and sniff this out, and then we'll stop the whole pandemic. They're like, if we could just get a list of all the people you fucked in the last year, then we could stop this whole HIV thing. And this motherfucker's like,
Did you see the South Park episode, the pandemic special?
nah.
They had what's the name? They had Stan's dad fucking a bat, and that's how it started.
Hey, man. Listen, we're not gonna talk about Haji's traditions and cultures on the podcast. Right? We have respect for people from all over the world. Just because a decade ago my co-host said, quote, other cultures are stupid as fuck, does not mean that he hasn't grown from that today. He's wearing a dad hat. He looks like he could make it into a homemade visor if he really tried hard enough. I'm just so proud of your growth. At this point, you probably shoot a 91, don't you?
You can't quote me out of context like that. That's fucked up. We were having a real intellectual debate at that time. I won't get into what we were talking about, but that's it. That's how I feel.
You can always come back and be like, hey, you remember the time you punched a girl? So anyways, about LeBron's legacy.
All right, man. You want to get started?
Yeah, absolutely. First things first, Lakers won the finals.
Hey, if you want to crown their ass, then crown them. Put that crown on that man. LeBron James, baby. Clap it up. Everybody clap it up for LeBron. This is where we hit the button where the applause comes on.
No claps from me.
No claps from me.
You beat a Heat team that like two of their best three players were injured. Congratulations. Jordan. Oh yeah, he's definitely the best player of all time. He beat another scrub ass team.
Hey, look, a ring is a ring, right? Damn, what are we doing here? We ain't taking anybody's rings. I didn't take Michael Jordan's 91 ring when Magic Johnson had AIDS the whole time and he didn't tell anybody. That's the only reason why he played like shit. Magic Johnson got AIDS in 1991, and we want to act like that's a real ring.
First of all, if anything, he should have won the chip that year. He was driving to the basket, and people are moving out of the way like they were James Harden on defense. If you think anyone was going to take a chance of pulling a Jay Crowder and swiping down and scratching Magic Johnson, open us a cut during a game, no. He should have been getting 70 layups a game, and it's disgraceful that he didn't win a championship.
In the words of Karl Malone, what are we gonna do if he starts bleeding on the court? I'm stepping off the court. I'm not playing.
True that.
Like what the fuck? Hey, look.
You can find Karl Malone this weekend at the Catalina Wine Mixer. He's sponsoring part 2 of this podcast that's never gonna come out. You can check that out on our Patreon that doesn't exist.
Not yet. All right, look. So this is what I gotta say. Where was all this talk when fucking Kawhi got his ring last year versus the Warriors when KD was hurt Klay Thompson tore his fucking ACL, and he only played against Steph. And everybody's like, oh, Kawhi's the best. He led Toronto by himself, had the team on his back. He's a real leader. And nobody want to talk about that shit now. LeBron can't win any ring. If he beats the Warriors with everyone on the team, everybody's just going to be like, yeah, well, he was in the bubble. Nobody gives a fuck, blah, blah, blah. Just give the man his credit. Can he get his flowers or not?
I mean, I sent him some flowers, but you asked for applause. So you can have one or the other. But I'm not doing both, okay? And I sent him sunflowers to let him know that I really don't give a fuck. Hey, listen, we'll give him – but the reason that nobody really, like, picked apart Kawhi like that is because we were all sick of the Warriors. It had been 4 years of, like, the greatest team ever being assembled. That year, they added DeMarcus Cousins, and we're supposed to be starting 5 All-Stars. We were so ready for anyone to break that shit up. Is like, he completely missed all the criticism.
True.
Which I don't know if this is like half the reason why Kawhi never gets criticized like he's LeBron is because he has this Siri personality. You know what I mean? That like you think that he's just programmed to code things that like people relate to. But in actuality, like we really never took this dude to task for beating a team with nobody. And then this year, like the whole offseason, all we should be talking about if you switch LeBron Kawhi team and LeBron was on the Clippers and they got bounced out in the second round like they did, having the best roster and everything, we wouldn't stop talking about this shit for 6 months, man.
Yeah, until the NBA season started again. And they probably would still be shitting on him.
Mm-hmm.
In the regular season. Look, I mean, it is, bro, like, they just forget about the shit. This whole time you hear about Kawhi could possibly win the third ring with a third different team and win 3 finals MVPs.
And then LeBron does it.
This whole time we forget, no. LeBron was the one who's going to do it, but nobody ever talked about that shit. No. I feel like we can't appreciate him because we keep trying to think, like, everybody, some people say he's like the GOAT or whatever. And me and you don't believe that shit. But it's just like, let the dude celebrate his fucking ring. Why we always got to shit on him? Every time he has an accomplishment, we're just like, nah, he's not better than Jordan, though. Like, just appreciate him while he's gone. I honestly swear to God, between Jordan retiring and then, like, LeBron making his run, that in-between time, I don't even know if I was really – yeah.
Horrible.
Like that.
We finished, like, 5th in the Olympics or something.
Yeah. Like,
with a team coached by George Karl and Allen Iverson, Kevin Garnett, and all those motherfuckers.
Y'all motherfuckers really want to tell me y'all were watching Shaq and Kobe, like, bump on the Sixers? I mean, the Sixers, AI's cool. Bump on the Nets and fucking
I was. Yeah, I was.
Yeah, no, you weren't. They got swept. Easy.
Hey, but what you're bringing up is a valid point because, like, there's so many LeBron haters. There's so many Kobe stans that, like, don't want to like LeBron just because they love Kobe so much. Yeah. I, like, in the beginning of LeBron's career, I didn't like him. And I still continue to not really like him personally that much. But you got to appreciate greatness when it's in front of you. And as a passive observer, we're so blessed to have the last 17 years of the second greatest player of all time. Yeah, like, dude. We don't know how, like you said, how long it's going to be where there's a dearth of, like, the next great dude.
Yeah.
League can go into a, like, dark place. Fortunately, I don't think we're there. I think the league has more talent than it ever has.
Yeah, definitely.
But we should it's like the same thing with watching Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Everyone hates one of the two. You know what I mean? Messi or Ronaldo. But you still have to appreciate that, like, you're living in an era where you got to see 2 of the greatest players of all time go head to head again and again and again. Yeah. And it's the same shit in the NBA. Like them, hate them, whatever, despise them. But you always think about them, and LeBron's been omnipresent for the last 15 plus years.
No, I'm telling you, bro, like,
that's a spectacle to witness in itself.
All those years in the 2000s, like, until, LeBron got to be great, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was the chosen one or whatever. Like, you can put that in quotes. But, like, until he got to be great, in between that time, between, like, Jordan in 98 to about 2000 and – when did LeBron go to the finals again? Like, 2007, 2006 or some shit? Yeah. Like in between that time, like fuck, basketball was kind of shitty, man. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, that shit was great to watch. Like, they were outstanding players to watch. Like Shaq is not.
I think Terry. I think there's a lot of factors that led to that.
Oh, definitely that.
It was like really that was a transition period between like two eras caught in between. You know what I mean? Which is another reason why like all these people who discount Kobe because of his inefficiency is like he really straddled like the Jordan era and then the Steph era, if you want to say. We're like at the beginning of Steph's career or whatever, this dude was shooting like 6 threes a game. You know, after they got Monte Ellis out of there, and people are like, that's crazy, shooting 6 threes a game. Fast forward 5 years, motherfuckers are taking 13 a game.
Yeah.
I mean, James Harden is shooting 14 a game. You know, the whole way that basketball looks has been changed so much.
Completely different.
And who's been in the middle of it the whole time that it's been changing? LeBron James.
Kobe and LeBron.
Changing with it. But LeBron more so than Kobe. Kobe kind of got like the outskirts of both eras. Yeah. Where LeBron was kind of just like, he kind of made this his era. Like this timeline, this change, everything is like, that's his.
This is his time, bro, honestly. And then I don't know, man. It's a lot of changes going on. He might win another one. He might win 2. Who's to say? You know, KD's just coming off his injury. The Clippers don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't want to go, too head on what else we're going to talk about. But
I did want to ask you something about LeBron. I was watching First Take the other day, and they had T.I. on there. And he described LeBron in a way that makes sense, I think, for a lot of people in terms of his greatness and like where we place him all time. Is that you never saw like one player do so many things at like a great level. Yeah. Like if you look at LeBron versus Jordan, better passer, better ball handler, better rebounder, can defend more positions. Yeah. But like just being better at like having a more well-rounded skill set does not make you the better player. Jordan is just such a killer that like even though LeBron is better and all this stuff, it at the end of the day it doesn't matter. And that's why it reminds me of this whole conversation we were just having between Ronaldo and Messi, because that's something that Ronaldo like fans always used to like say he's better than Messi. Yeah, like he can head the ball better. You know what I'm saying? He can shoot from distance better. He's better at free kicks. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Be like he over all the like areas, he's faster, stronger, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like what matters, and that's winning.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, it's totally up to the eye, bro. Like there's certain things LeBron is better at, and there's certain things Jordan is better at. It's more like Jordan is better when he has better teammates. And then like LeBron he's better with like carrying a bunch of nobodies like to the finals. He might not necessarily win, but you can't argue that LeBron James is way better at carrying shittier teammates because Jordan couldn't do it when he didn't have any.
Yeah. No, you're right. Like if I had to make like a player in a lab, it would look like LeBron. Definitely. But if I had to like have one player play a basketball game to like save America, it would be Michael Jordan.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
If lives are on the line, I'm taking MJ, man.
Yeah, dude. The thing is, like, Jordan is just a little more – he's, like, a little luckier, I would say. Like, we didn't get to scrutinize, like, everything that he did. So, like, say, for instance, like, in the beginning of this season or, like, towards the end in March before the COVID shit, LeBron beats the fucking Bucks, and then he beats the Clippers, right?
Yeah.
Then the next game, they play the Nets, and they lose that shit, right? And we're just like, oh, okay, maybe his, like, MVP chases are going down. Back in the day, we just see Jordan beat the Clippers and we just see Jordan beat the Bucks, right?
Right. And they don't show the shit.
Yeah, we don't get to see him play against the fucking Nets. We just see the 2 national TV games. You don't see the fucking Nets versus the Bulls. You know what I'm saying?
And you read the box score the next day in the paper and see that he still had 28.
Yeah. Like you don't get to criticize every single game. Like all the failures and all the triumphs of LeBron, we get to see all that shit. And with Jordan, you just mainly saw like in any game that's of any importance, Jordan was always dominant in that shit.
Yeah.
But we get to see LeBron like fail in so many ways. It's just hard to say that he's better than this dude that has a legacy that you really can't fuck with, man. 6-0 in the finals, like you can't fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
You can't beat that shit, bro. Like LeBron, he's a monster, bro. There's cases where you can kind of argue against him and Jordan. But like for now, you can't really say much about it.
Well, the 24/7 media cycle has changed everything. And I mean, you can argue the like achieving what LeBron has in this era would have been harder than what Jordan did in his era because of the constant scrutiny and everything like that. But you can't take people and just take them out of one place in time and put them in another. Like Jordan is who he is and was who he was because of the place and time that he was made. I'm sure a lot of the things that he like did during that time, like, and he would shame people in locker rooms, kick people's fucking ass. You know what I'm saying? People make fun of people for having small dicks, all that type of shit. Like Mike Jordan was really about that life and was 100% a fucking bully.
Yeah.
Like LeBron tried this shit. If the Lakers are getting their ass beat by the Heat in the finals, and LeBron goes in the locker room and starts to try to pull some of that shit in 2020, like
fucking LeBron
get arrested.
Son, after the 51-point game in 2018 in the finals versus Golden State, they lose the game one because of J.R. Smith being a complete Forrest Gump dumbass. LeBron goes into the locker room, punches the fucking wall, and everybody's like, oh, LeBron's soft as fuck. LeBron's a little bitch. Why is he wearing that cast? He fucked his hand up because J.R. Smith is a retard, but we want to make fun of LeBron for every single thing that he does. It's just like, just let this motherfucker be. I wouldn't pout like a little bitch, but I'm just saying.
I saw this article on Bleacher Report today. It was like the best basketball player to come out of Cleveland since LeBron.
Yeah.
I was like, why would you do that to this fucking 16-year-old, bro? Like, what is wrong with these people? LeBron, Jordan, people like this, they come around every 20 years, maybe. You know what I mean? Whoever the fuck this kid is, I don't know his name, but I know this. He's not going to be LeBron.
I know what they're talking about, but yeah, he's definitely not going to be on that. Nobody's going to be LeBron.
Listen, I got a LeBron question for the finals for you, right? So when we talk about greatness, our mind instantly jumps to like defining moments. Jordan hitting the shot, LeBron with the block, LeBron getting strapped up by Deshaun Stevenson, Ray Allen shot, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
From this finals, to you, what was LeBron's signature moment or signature play that stuck out in your mind? That's like, I'll remember this one from this finals.
He doesn't have a signature play. He was just great the whole time, honestly. There's no like signature moment because it wasn't really like a great series if you think about it. There's only 2 games that were close. All the other games they kind of beat them pretty easily. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't a great finals.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Like it wasn't there was nothing.
I thought it was odd because I'm thinking about the same question.
Yeah.
And who I first think of is Jimmy Butler. When you think of a signature moment, Jimmy Butler had 2 of them. You know, when I think of a signature moment from this finals, the moment that I'll remember the most is Jimmy Butler like bent over at the scorer's table with his head on his hands after playing 47 minutes.
Yeah.
Like that's the picture, that's the moment that I'll remember forever. But
the defining moment of this whole thing is literally just LeBron passing it to Danny Green.
And him breaking it.
Yeah, that's the whole defining moment of the whole finals because
that's what'll stick out to you when you think about this years from now.
Yeah, and that was one of the best finals games that you can ever watch. Like if you don't like that type of shit right there, you just don't like basketball straight up. But that's the most defining moment of this whole finals. But it's gonna be there and it's not. But it's just like the Lakers won and it wasn't like a crazy finals. You know what I'm saying?
I'd say for me, if I had to pick like a LeBron play, it would be the one that he did time after time after time in this series where he kind of like just motors to the rim and gets an and one. But he had one in specific that like I think it came off a turnover or something, or it was a big play on the Heat's end. And then he just got that look in his eyes. And he split the pick and roll like with a super fucking dribble. Like he pushed it way the fuck ahead of him and like just burst through that gap.
I know.
Split it. Crowder comes over, hacks him on the arm. He goes right through it, makes the and one like it's easy.
No, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy.
I think for me, that's probably the play of his that I'll remember the most.
Look, man. I mean, LeBron has every single stat. He's gonna have all the stats, bro. It doesn't really matter, man. Like at the end of the day, if you can't forgive the 2011 Dallas shit, then there's no conversation that needs to be had with anyone that you're going to argue with.
No. I'm so sick of. Wait a minute. I'm so sick of people doing this shit. To me, that's less of a blemish on his resume than when he got fucking waxed by the Spurs.
When he was a kid or the other one?
No, when he was at the Heat. To me, that Spurs loss is worse than the Mavericks because he was like MVP stats during that time. That was his peak at his peak. And they got blown off the floor, bro. They lost those finals games by like an average of like 20 points. Like they weren't even competitive.
They got destroyed.
Like they didn't get destroyed by Dallas. He scored 8 points. The chosen one became the frozen one. All that shit. Yeah. But then he was supposed to have learned from that and grown. And then, like, he got the monkey off his back. He won the chip. He was supposed to be the man. He's out here flexing on people. And then he got smacked by old-ass Tony Parker, fucking Boris Diaw, Manu Ginobili's ball spot. It happened to him.
Hey, look, I hear what you're saying, bro. But, like, at the same time, you got to think about that shit. D-Wade was no longer fucking prime D-Wade. And Bosh, in 3 out of those, like, 5 games, he gave you like 12 points, bro. The so-called big 3 that he was supposed to have kind of fucking shit. I get it.
But wait a minute. It's not like he gave you 12 points off of 25 shots, right? He probably gave you 12 points off of 15 shots or 16 shots, still being efficient. And we're talking about the supposed GOAT in the absolute middle of his prime. So you're supposed to no. If your case for him if your case for him is that he's the best of all time, this is the best year of his career, he's the middle of his prime, you wouldn't expect the best player of all time to not lose by 20 in every game of the finals in the middle of his prime? Come on, man.
Go back and look at the year before. He put up the same numbers, and the boys helped him. He put up the same exact numbers as the year before.
Listen, and I'm not talking about the stat sheet. I'm talking about the tape, Terry.
He didn't get no help, bro. You watched the game. He put the fucking numbers up, man. Bosh and Wade didn't do shit.
They fell apart as a team, man. Defensively, their rotations, they like forgot how to play defense after being
just him. That's some coaching shit. That's not LeBron. I understand what you're saying.
No. Everybody says LeBron's like the greatest basketball mind ever. If you give him enough time, LeBron will figure out anything. You can't do these type of zone defenses in LeBron because he's going to figure them out because he's the highest basketball IQ of all time. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You didn't figure that out. You got waxed by 20 points each game. That's the biggest stain on his whole reputation to me. It's not the Dallas shit. It's not the shit from Cleveland. It's the first time. It's not the shit from Cleveland the second time. It's when you guys were the best team in the league. Let's not forget that D-Wade was old and Chris Bosh was whatever. Watch. You guys are the best team in the league the entire year. Everybody was kissing the tip of your dick trying to suck the rest of that semen out. And what did you do when you got into the playoffs? You came and you blew a huge load of nothingness, confectioner's sugar, all over the fucking stadium. It fell down like confetti. Old bitches are washing it out of their eyeliner. It's ruining sheets. It's in there like fucking sparkles. What's the shit that girls wear that you can't ever get out of here that glimmers?
I don't fucking know, motherfucker. I don't know shit about women's stuff. I
don't know why. I keep trying to call it sprinkles. You know, stuff that means glitter.
Okay. My bad. I wasn't listening low key because you said they were the best team in the league. I was like, they definitely weren't. They didn't have the best record in the league.
I'm not gonna lie. Like sprinkles / glitter really just ruined my whole rant.
Look, man, I hear what you're saying. It sounds more like, I mean, bro, the Spurs were the best team in the whole time. The Spurs were better than Miami, bro.
In the regular season?
In the regular season and in the playoffs.
No,
they had a
regular season record. They had a better record than the Heat. Yeah,
they did. They were 64-20.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now. 62-20. They were 62-20. We're talking about 2014, right? Because he went to
last year before when LeBron left, the championship loss that made him go back to Cleveland.
Yeah, 2014, bro. It wasn't like I'll honestly give that shit to you. They got blown the fuck out, but they weren't favored in the shit. I didn't think they were gonna get smacked though. I thought it was gonna be another good ass fucking series, and they got fucking smacked. I get what you're saying, but that Dallas.
It's essentially the same two teams from the year before. Like, switch up maybe the 8th and 9th men if you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much the same two teams that were in the championship the year before.
It's the same fucking teams. Look, I told you, it's the same exact teams, except for the supporting cast didn't give LeBron the help that he needed. He literally put the same fucking numbers up, bro.
Hey, I'm not talking about his numbers, man. I'm talking about his impact, right? Yeah, you can't tell me that Heat team was worse than the Cavs team that had Matthew Dellavedova as their second best player in the finals, and LeBron fucking dragging their ass to just as many wins as he did when he was with the Heatles. All right.
Well, what did I tell you? LeBron is better with shittier players. He's gonna be the same LeBron, but when he plays with superstars, the system is fucking LeBron. When Jordan played, they had a fucking triangle. When you play with LeBron, you got to do that LeBron shit.
Hey, you know what, Terry? That's a terrific transition to what we should talk about next, which is the fact that this Lakers is the first time that we've seen a long time that broke the paradigm of a penetrator with a ball and shooting around it.
Yeah.
Traditionally, when you've seen LeBron since they moved Bosh to center, he's had shooting all around him who can defend positions, and he's the dude like driving the whole train, and you're going to kick out for open jumpers. This Lakers team was full of a bunch of non-shooters, and these dudes, KCP, Rondo, Caruso, kind of like verified and validated the vision that LeBron had for this roster in the beginning last year when they didn't even make the playoffs, where he wanted a bunch of ball handlers and creators around him. The problem was that the ball handlers and creators were Lance Stevenson. That was the problem.
Hey, look, I'm not even going to lie to you. I swear to God, if LeBron didn't fuck his groin up, coming off of the 2018 playoffs, like probably one of the greatest runs that he's ever had with 2 game winners in that Eastern Conference playoffs and shit, I was excited to see. He was about to carry those motherfuckers to the playoffs and do something.
No. He even tweeted the shit. He was like, all right, game time is now. I'm done fucking around. He was like, playoff LeBron is here. And then they missed the playoffs.
Yeah, but we saw once he tore his groin, he wasn't the same fucking person.
I don't want to hear it.
He wasn't even close. He got blocked by Mario.
He couldn't have done anything with those bunch of scrubs they had. Fucking, you think Lonzo Ball is going to hit a big shot in the playoffs? Get the fuck out of here, Terry.
Shit. You know LeBron would have dragged those fuckers. You know he would have dragged them. Nah. I'm telling you. You don't fuck with him. And I
do. No one's better at taking a bunch of scrubs and taking them to the NBA Finals than LeBron.
I told you, these fuckers were the 4th seed when he tore his groin. And then when he came back, they were the 10th seed, dude.
But in the games that he played, they were only 500, Terry.
Son, he played in a lot more games after when he got back. But his fucking groin, he tore his groin, and he came back in a month and a half. You think they're going to be the same after tearing your groin?
Wasn't Julius Randle still on the team?
No, he was in fucking.
He was in New York already.
Yeah. Trashing it up. Don't you ever bring up that fucking piece of shit.
I was like, bro, as long as Julius Randle's on the team, they're not going anywhere.
Hey, Randle looked good in that one game.
Hey, I tell you what, as long as Julius Randle's on the team, they're going left. They're definitely going left.
Hey, look. Let me show you something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Before we start talking about the Lakers. And it was a different Lakers championship because they only had 2 superstars. You know what I'm saying? And not the typical.
Whoa! Oh!
What?
You don't disrespect my man Rajon Rondo like that?
Bro, playoff Rondo is a superstar, bro.
Did he not play at a all-star level in the finals?
No.
Look at his stats, bro. This dude's putting up double-doubles each game, splashing like 2-3 threes.
No.
And playing terrific defense.
He played well. He definitely did not play all-star level. He played well for the minutes that he played.
Hey, listen, Jeff Teague and Kyle Korver were all-stars for the Hawks, okay? So don't tell me that he didn't play at all-star level, all right?
Hey, you want to go there, or you want me to show you? You want me to tell you fucking D-Wade's numbers in 2014?
Are we going back to that? Are you still hung up on that soggy oatmeal, bro? This shit has been sitting out for 30 minutes.
You're the only person, because I didn't want to sidetrack until you were done ranting.
You know what? Goldilocks, we're not doing this with you. All right.
No. I'm trying to tell you what the fuck's going on because you're the only person I've ever talked to that's like, when he got waxed by the Spurs in 2014, that's worse than Dallas.
I'm really the only person who cares about this shit. Like, how did everyone forget?
Right. All I'm going to say is D-Wade averaged 17 points a game in that whole playoffs. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Then we can move on.
How many points a game did Boris Diaw average?
Who fucking cares?
Yeah, look that up, asshole. Who do you think should have been fucking guarding him?
Big poppin'. If your second best player gets you 17 points, you're not going to fucking win anything. I'm surprised they even got one game off the Spurs, honestly. Like,
First of all, at that point in his career, Chris Bosh is their second best player.
Oh, my God. This guy is on that fucking crack. You want me to look his fucking numbers up, too?
Yeah, please. Look at his defensive contesting numbers. See what opponents shot with. No. You want to look at his numbers. See what opponents shot with when he was within 3 feet of them. Let me see those numbers.
I'm not looking up advanced numbers, you fucking piece of shit. You know who
Hey, I want the second spectrum 4D replay. Okay?
No, I'm not giving you that shit. Fuck no.
Hey, you know what? That reminds me, Terry, of another thing that really.
Let me make a bet with you real quick.
All right.
You think Chris Bosh got more than 17 points a game or less than 17 points a game? D-Wade averaged 17.
I'll make a bet with you. You think he shot below or over 47%?
Field goal percentage for Chris Bosh?
Yeah, in the finals.
Oh, only in the finals?
Yeah, in that finals.
That's going to be a lot of researching. I'm going to just go overall playoffs.
All right.
You want to deep dive while you go on a rant about the fucking Lakers?
Bro, I was about to go on a rant about something. Oh, yeah. Go deep dive, because I'm about to go on a rant about this 4D replay. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. First of all, it's so insulting my intelligence that I have a 2D television, and you guys have the audacity, the temerity, the unmitigated gall to come up in my living room that I paid, or I didn't pay. I got a free trial for YouTube TV. I got a free trial for YouTube TV, and you're going to come inside of my free trial, inside my living room, where I have a red couch with a silver slip cover over the top of it that I also paid for on Amazon, and you're going to talk on top of all these accruing costs and tell me, no. 4D. Maybe if I was watching this in space. It's just a picture, Terry. They just take the camera and just rotate it. And they're like, 4D in your living room. Here you go. Elon Musk, brought to you by TNT.
It's not in the living room at all. Fuck no.
I don't want to see this 4D replay shit ever again. Unless they come out with Paper Mario on the Xbox, the new shit, and it's 2-dimensional and he slaps you in the face on your couch. That'll be 4D.
Hell yeah, definitely. Nah, that's complete horseshit, dude. Fuck that. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault you got a TD.
That's how you can tell Terry hasn't listened for 20 seconds. You can just come back into any conversation where people are like raising their voice and just be like, hey, that was complete horseshit. Fuck that. So anyways.
I mean, I heard what you said, man. I heard what you said. I'm just like, I'm still baffled that, like, if you think fucking the Spurs smacking LeBron in 2014 is like the biggest blemish on his fucking career.
Dude, wait a minute. Jordan never got waxed. Not only did he not get waxed, he won all his finals. LeBron got absolutely waxed in his best year.
He did get waxed. He's fucking bald. That's a bad joke.
Wait a minute. Listen here, Reaganomics. All right? It's supposed to be the trickle-down effect. LeBron's the best player. He's supposed to make everyone else better, right? Rising tides lift all boats. Okay? He's supposed to be the most well-rounded player all time. Well, I guess that means that he could probably do more for his team, right? He has that type of skill set where if you need him to rebound, he can rebound. If you need him to push the ball, he can push the ball. If you need him to pass it, he can pass it.
Yeah.
So in theory, Terry,
yes,
if you needed to depend more upon LeBron, he'd be a more perfect player than Jordan to do that for you.
Hey, look, man, I hear what you're saying, but it ain't making much sense, to be honest with you. It's making no fucking sense right now. All right, per game, Chris Bosh, 14 points a game.
Hey, field goal percentage.
54%.
Hey, what did I say? 48% over or above? Look at
I
you.
didn't bet you. If you
Hey,
fucking
always the boy. Hey, we got it on tape. Everybody who's listening, we got it on tape. We know. You know,
No.
do whatever you want. But yeah, you guys have a rewind button.
No.
You can go
Watch
back
this.
and check it out.
Watch this. Chris Bosh,
Yeah.
5 games in the finals, 14 points a game. He's your center, right? He's the big man. 5 rebounds a game, 1 assist, 0.8 steals. How many blocks, Garrett? 1 block? 1 over under 1 block.
0.6.
0.2. He didn't even block a fucking shot, man.
That's because LeBron was playing the center position on their defense, and Boss is out here contesting corner threes. LeBron was supposed to be one meeting him at the rim. Hey, look up what opponent shot when he was within 3 feet of them. That's the stat I want to see.
What do you want to see? I missed it. My mom called me for some reason.
Shout out to Mama DeShazo.
This is LeBron's biggest blemish. D Wade scored 15 a game, and Chris Bosh scored 14 a game. I just want America to know what the fuck happened in those 5 games. And LeBron.
And what happened is LeBron got waxed, and he wasn't ready to take the challenge. He wasn't ready to take the challenge, bro.
Hey, look. What was LeBron's shooting percentage in the shit?
Should we set it over under?
Over under 50%.
Over. Let me set a new over under.
Go ahead.
53.
Over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot. 57%.
LeBron shot 50.
No.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You
touch me again, and I'll take you right out this meeting, bro. I will Bill O'Reilly and straight cut your mic off. You can call yourself Poppy in the group chat and CEO on the webpage.
LeBron, 51% from 3, 57% from the field, 28 points a game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a half a block, man.
Oh, you hear something wrong with that?
What?
How many assists, Terry?
4 assists.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was like you were reading one of Kevin Garnett's years with the Celtics. I didn't realize you were talking about this in a final series. By one of the 3 best passers of all time, 4 assists?
I never said he was the 3 best passers, but I will.
Oh, you don't think LeBron's one of the 3 best? Say.
Look, we can go past LeBron shit. I'm just saying, when you get an assist, your teammate has to make a shot. If your fucking team can't make a shot, then you can't get assists. If your second best player gets 15 points a game, how are you going to average 8 assists?
Listen, if your phone stops vibrating, how are you going to interrupt the podcast?
You hear what I'm saying, though, right? I get what you're saying,
but
it's not as bad as everybody thinks.
I hear what you're saying, but like, there's no precedent for getting waxed that bad. And then people call you the GOAT. Like in my book, you can't get beat down like that. There has to be a modicum of pride, right?
What are we gonna say about Jordan getting swept by Larry Bird? Jordan never beat Larry Bird in any playoff game ever. What are we gonna say about that? What do we say about that?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what we say about that. If Larry Bird didn't hurt his back, he would have been the greatest player all time. That's what we say about that. He would have kept whipping Michael Jordan's ass for 8 more years. That's what
I'm not gonna let you slip this Jordan slander underneath the rug, my sir.
No. I thought you were arguing for LeBron this whole time.
No. I'm not arguing for shit. I'm just letting people know I don't like it when motherfuckers be slandering people for no reason.
Hey, and I'm just letting people know that Larry Bird sat down in the middle of timeouts. He laid down on a towel during 30 seconds timeouts during games to allow himself to recuperate. There was no yoga. There was no chiropractors. There was no shots of acid into your muscles to help you recover. There was no placenta baths in Germany when Larry Bird was coming up, all right? So he put a towel underneath his tailbone, and he did what he had to do.
Hey, look, man, I'm just letting you know, Jordan fucked up too, but we're not saying the same shit that you're giving LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
No, because Jordan fucked up earlier in his career and, like, not far enough into the playoffs. Like, also you have to realize the era that LeBron came into was not the era that Jordan came into. Jordan came into the NBA when it was at its absolute peak when it was like the greatest players of all time were playing the greatest teams of all time. LeBron came into the league when the league was shitty as fuck. So he was able to take look at those Eastern Conference Finals games with the Magic against the Cavs. Like, this never would have flown in the Jordan era.
Those teams that Jordan was playing against were fucking trash too, bro. I do not want to hear that.
Oh, wait a minute. You're a Knicks fan. You're a fucking Knicks fan. You're gonna say that Knicks team from the 90s is trash. I want this on record. You're gonna say they're trash.
Yes. The second best player was who? Who was the second best player? I know those fucking fuckers.
Hey, our readers and listeners want like shorter, digestible clips. I'm just gonna put that 5-second clip up of you being like, "Were the Knicks trash?" Yes.
They were trash in the 90s. I would like that.
No, they were. I'm not even a Knicks fan.
Bro,
fuck.
Charlie Ward, bro, he was a Heisman winner in fucking football, man.
Yeah,
First of all, that's way late. That's late 90s. We can talk early 90s. Charles Oakley, not a good basketball player. John Starks, bagging groceries. John Starks was bagging groceries before he started playing with the Knicks.
You mean before he started dunking on Michael Jordan?
One fucking play. You got to be shitting me. Those are the dudes he was rocking with. Anthony Mason.
No, whoa. No, don't go down this path. Hey, listen, I got a story to tell. And it's about Anthony Mason. In case any of y'all don't know that, I got a story to tell about Biggie. It's about Anthony Mason. But Anthony Mason would have been a terrific player in any era. He could dribble, he could pass, he could shoot. He was tough as fuck. He could defend. He was a fluid athlete. Like, you can drop Anthony Mason. No, Terry. You can take Anthony Mason right now and drop him on the Heat. They might beat the Lakers.
Are you taking yourself seriously when you're saying this?
I am, bro. Why is Anthony Mason so underrated? Look up his stats, dude. He was a very well-rounded, good player.
For the sake of your argument, I don't want to look the stats up. I know his stats.
He was good. Why is everyone fake on Anthony Mason like he wasn't an actually good player?
What's the most points you think he's ever scored?
16.
16 points a game? What year?
I don't know, 1836?
I'm just saying, like, what's Anthony Mason's, like, best year versus Jordan? You think he got 16 points a game versus Jordan in the Bulls?
Oh, you talking about in the playoffs? Well, he wasn't being guarded by Jordan. He was being guarded by Horace Grant or somebody.
This is what you're saying. You're saying this is what people like to say. They like to say the East is weak. And then I like to go back and be like, bruh, the Bulls East was not strong either. They were fucking weak. You have one Hall of Famer on each team. Dwight Howard was a Hall of Famer on the team.
Don't do this revisionist history bullshit, man.
No, you can revisit the history if you
No. I'm not gonna let you get away with this. I'm really not. The Pacers from that era were a fucking all-time great team. The Pacers were a fucking fantastic team. The Knicks were a fantastic team. That Cleveland team that should have had 3 All-Stars. People were looking at them when he first came in the league. When Jordan first came in the league, people were looking at the Cavs like they were going to be the next best team in the East. They were they were looking at these motherfuckers with Brad Daugherty and Mark Price and all them like they were going to be the next fucking dynasty. And then he, like, took all that shit over. He was like, no Cavs, no Knicks, no Pacers, just me. Me! Fuck yeah!
How many Hall of Famers on those 3 teams that you just named?
Reggie Miller.
1. Keep going, man. Come on.
Damn. Patrick Ewing.
Chris Mullin.
Chris Mullin will be. You think Brad Daugherty will make it to the Hall of Fame?
Fuck no.
They let Yao Ming in.
No, he's not getting it. Also, I don't even know if actually Chris Mullin was on those 90s teams with Reggie. I think he was in the later teams.
He was. Yeah, I don't think he was.
So all you got is Reggie Miller.
They did have no, that's too late too. Damn.
You got Reggie Miller, you got Patrick Ewing, and you have you said Knicks, Pacers, and Cavs, right?
Yeah, you got Mark Price, Brad Daugherty, and what was it, Larry Nance back then?
Yeah. But I only want to hear Hall of Famers. So I hear Patrick Ewing and I hear Reggie Miller.
Larry Nance?
He's not in the Hall of Fame. Him or his son, combined stats, will never make it to the Hall of Fame.
Tell that to Mitch Richmond.
Get the fuck out of here, son. Mitch Richmond's not in the Hall of Fame either.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Look it up.
Okay. You want to do
He's in
this?
the fucking Hall of Fame. It's ridiculous.
We can go back, bro.
This is why, like, we had a conversation earlier. Is like just throw the whole basketball Hall of Fame out. If you guys want to make like separate, shittier Hall of Fames for like college and international, go ahead and do that. But
It's true.
the NFL Hall of Fame does not include Reggie Bush because he was good at USC, and it doesn't include Stefan Bergenwalter because he, saw somebody up in Germany.
Yeah, true. Oh, you were fucking lucky. He barely got in, bro.
I told you. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Fourth ballot, son. Fourth fucking ballot, dog.
He's in there, bro. How many times is Mitch Richmond an All-Star?
You lucky as shit. You lucky as fuck.
I told you, bro.
He wasn't on either of those teams you named in the East Coast with Michael Jordan. I'm just saying. Give LeBron.
I'm just saying. Hall of Fame case isn't that big. Like Larry Nance. Do you think Larry Nance is really that much worse than Mitch Richmond? Like,
not really. But he does. Mitch Richmond did play on an all-time great media team. You know what I'm saying? Once you get the narrative in basketball, you get the reputation. It's all about
Run TMC or the Magic.
Nah, Run TMC. And he played with the Lakers for a while when they were decent. Like, I think early 2000s as well.
If it was only him shooting those free throws instead of Nick Anderson, huh?
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't want to go – we already went pretty far onto the deep dive. But if I want to trash Jordan's era, I can trash his whole fucking era. I like LeBron's era.
First of all, if you want to trash his era, start with this. As soon as the final whistle blows, Emery goes back to the locker room and starts drinking beer and smoking cigarettes. That's the first place to start.
I mean,
he's been saying the shit like when he was a rookie. It was like, yeah, so we went to have a team meeting and everybody was doing blow.
Look, all I'm saying is it's easy to go 6-0 in the finals when the best team you played against was the fucking Utah Jazz, bro. I'm just saying. And the Utah Jazz scored 60-something points in a finals game, dude. They scored either 57 or 64 points.
But listen, this is disrespectful to Jazz because the Jazz had to get through all the people to get there, right? We always forget about the journey of the finals and just remember the finals.
I remember
they had to beat MVP Barkley.
They beat Houston. They beat Barkley. They beat a lot of good teams. But I'm just saying, I don't want to hear none of this shit, man. We want to talk about weak teams that LeBron beat in the finals. I'm just saying.
First of all, the Jazz were not a weak team. At the time, they had, still, John Stockton, number 1 assists, number 1 in steals. Karl Malone, what is he, number 2 in points behind Kareem?
But do we think of Karl Malone as a great clutch player to do anything for his team?
No, but probably half the reason because of that is because of Jordan. That he hijacked his legacy. It was you're not going to have a fucking prime. This is my era.
You remember John Stockton's shot versus Charles Barkley's Suns, right?
Of course.
John Stockton.
Charles Barkley's dumbass 2-dribble pull-up from the foul line that he banked in and actually he made to do that.
I remember that. I'm just saying, Carl's got a lot of points. Cool. Never really did much. One MVP.
I'm just saying, we do this thing that's just because they couldn't beat Jordan, they sucked.
No, you got to compare the shit, though. You got to compare the Hall of Famers to the Hall of Famers in this era. That's the teams they played.
I know, but if you do that, I mean, in my mind, I hold John Stockton and Karl Malone in much higher regard than Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love.
They were on LeBron's team. They go against Dirk. Dirk's not as good as Karl Malone or John Stockton, you think?
Yeah, neither one of them. But we do this revisionist shit where neither one of them won a chip, so they must have not have been shit.
I'm not saying that. I'm comparing the players that the two guys that we're talking about, LeBron and Jordan, played against. I'm not just I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, are those dudes as good as the people that we can compare the guys in this era to?
Well, I mean, think about Isaiah Thomas and all them. Are they as good as people in this era, those Pistons teams that the Bulls had to go through?
Those 80s teams, guys, I think they're just as good as these teams.
They're better, man. Dude,
I'm talking about. See, I don't want to go back. I'm talking about the 90s, dude. I'm only talking about 90s because that's when Jordan got all his shit done. I don't want to go 80s. Because if you go 80s.
The early 90s, First choice when he first went through the Pistons.
So 91
Finals.
when he finally made it through.
That Pistons team is just as good as any team LeBron ever played.
The 91 Pistons team, I would say probably no. But the teams before, yeah, most likely.
Well, actually, that's not true because LeBron played a better team than Jordan ever played because he played the Warriors.
Yeah, if you can't compare the Jazz to the like the Warriors are like, probably the best team of all time. That's really tough. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, in my mind, they are. They're the best team of all time.
Most likely, like that's tough as fuck, bro. That's tough as shit.
Second best player on your team is a 2-time MVP in his prime.
Yeah. So then you think about Jordan beat the 91 Lakers. 91 Magic had AIDS. 92, who'd he beat? The Suns, right?
Yeah.
92 beat the Suns. Pretty much only Charles Barkley was great on that shit.
Are you just going to diss my man Dan Marley like that?
Stan the man, Thunder Dan, right? 92 man, bro. Hey, look, I don't want to do the whole thing. I just want to give LeBron his shit. And if people,
right, we'll give him his flowers and we'll move on. I will say briefly who didn't get their flowers, and that was Dwight Howard. We talked about on this podcast, we were like, this is his big moment. They're going to start him in the finals. He can reclaim his tarnished legacy and really like build something to grow with. And what did he do? He got fucking benched in the pivotal game 6. The Lakers played 10 times better without him.
Yeah, they did.
The first half, they like won the whole game in the first half because they were so connected defensively. Yeah. I don't know if I can remember a team like being that well disciplined and drilled defensively, except maybe that Spurs team.
Yeah. So did you hear the Bill Simmons, Jared Dudley interview? So basically, Jared Dudley was saying the reason the people's defenses and stuff are so good, and especially the Lakers, is because there's no crowd noise at all. So everyone that's talking on the bench, you can hear what they're saying.
Open communication.
Yeah. So he was saying on all the rotations, they would literally just yell at them oh, he's open, rotate. And that's why the defense was looking crazy.
Hey, but wait a minute. Their defense is looking pretty goddamn good in the regular season too.
It was.
And if you look at their roster, I mean, it's littered with all defensive team guys.
Yeah.
We don't even talk about this. A.B. Bradley didn't even play.
Yeah, which is wild as fuck.
Right? That was the dude they were counting on.
Yeah. Yo, let me
beyond that, people who made all defensive teams. Rondo. Dwight Howard. Yep. Avery Bradley, obviously. LeBron. Caruso, he as an individual defender is not that great, but as a team defender, a dude who's playing the free safety role, who read and reacts, he is such a terrific help defender, a dude who cuts out passing lanes. He's just such a smart basketball player.
Markieff Morris played decent defense this whole run.
He did.
Honestly, bro, this team, it's less of the the shooting that we were talking about, and it's more of the dudes are just smart, man. They're just smart basketball players, bro. They kind of all made smart plays.
Yeah. That's what they're counting on, man. And that's what LeBron wanted at the beginning from his roster. Is everybody said surround him with shooting. And he was like, no, I don't want to be the dude. I think this is really what it came down to. I think LeBron got sick of being the dude initiating the play and passing out to the Danny Greens. And he wanted to start being the dude who was finishing the play off of a Rondo pass.
Yeah. No, that's what he said a couple years back. He was yo, I need players smart players like Rondo. And then you turn around a year later and he gets Rondo. You know what I'm saying? And they work magic together, man.
I got to say, I was really impressed by Rondo's shooting throughout the playoffs. I don't know if you noticed, but he did that Jason Kidd shit where during the pandemic, he worked his shot out somehow. And he literally stopped jumping. If you watch him now, he maybe only jumps 2-3 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
What do you think? Back in Boston, he was doing that dumbass Gerald Green shit where you fucking jump a full 18 inches in the air on your jump shot.
Yeah, he definitely eliminated all the the dumb shit in his jump shot. Made it more of a set shot. And that shit was pretty wet, man.
Bro, you don't have to jump so high in the air to shoot, especially if it's a wide open 3. all you're doing is giving yourself like more margin for error to miss that shot. The higher you jump.
Yeah, no, that's true. What do you think his 3-point shooting percentage was in this playoffs?
44.
Close. You're a little high, 40%, bro.
Hey,
Rondo shot 40% from 3, man.
I believe it. And the eye test made it look like more, to be honest. Like,
Now, let me ask you a question. Rondo's first ring was in 08. What do you think his 3-point percentage was in that season when they won the chip with Boston?
how many attempts per game?
0.8, bro.
We'll say 39%.
25.
Oh, wow. It was that bad. I was like, it's got to be either one. Like, when you shoot that little, it's either going to be, like, better than you think or, like, way worse than you think.
No. So, like, if you compare him shooting 40% now and 25% then, he definitely improved his game like a motherfucker. Like,
But, bro, think about that, man. Just think about that stat. In 2008, a point guard on a championship team could take half a three a game.
yeah.
He shoots a 3-1 every 8 quarters.
Yeah, dude.
And you can win a championship like that. Like, basketball has changed so much in such a short amount of time. And this Lakers championship really makes me wonder if this is the new wave going forward. Like, since the Warriors won the chip, we haven't seen a team like win a chip without shooting.
Yeah.
Every single team has been built around shooting since the Warriors won the chip.
Yeah. Because the Raptors shot the lights out last year.
Yeah, every single one, terrific shooting. This has been the first team that like kind of found a new method. You know what I mean?
Like, if you think about it, that's literally like the only way you can win. Like, you have to have people to hit that, knock down the shots when you're open. That's how you win championships. All your role players, they got to start knocking down shots. But they were just making smart plays, man. Yeah,
I'm just very excited right now because I feel like this is the forefront of like evolution in the NBA. Like we saw the last wave is like 3-point shooting. Your point guard Steph Curry stopped shooting it from 3 6 times a game, start shooting at 14. Like we've seen how that changes everything. Maybe this is the new thing that changes everything. Like this seems like this is the first counter to the shooting is having like, all right, you have a bunch of guys who can only shoot and play defense, and everything depends on you. They're like, we have a bunch of guys who can dribble, pass, and play defense, but they're not great shooters.
Yeah, and I always like a
trying to see where it goes from here.
I like a team that can do more things than besides like a couple things. But let me ask you a question, honestly. Did you think that LeBron, before actually watching the Lakers be on fire, after he left Cleveland and went to LA, did you think he was going to get another ring? Because I say no, I did not think he was going to get another ring, honestly. When he went to the Lakers, I didn't think it was
I didn't either, man. Before Anthony Davis came, like, I didn't see the path for Anthony Davis.
Even when he got him, I still didn't see the team.
I didn't think the Pelicans would ever let him go.
Yeah, really. And the funny thing about it is
if you're the Pelicans in this scenario, like, what are you getting back? Lonzo Ball. All right, Brandon Ingram's a good player, but like even all the stuff they got still doesn't equal Anthony Davis, generational talent, like one every 10 years player.
They better hope Zion is fucking the next Charles Barkley. And
bro.
Because they gave up a lot, but the funny thing is they gave up less to get Davis than the Clippers did to get Paul George.
I know.
Which is wild as fuck.
Crazy. But that was the thing. That was the thing is part of the reason that happened is because LeBron took a leap of faith. And he went to the Lakers with nobody and was like, my presence in the Lakers brand will be enough to bring people here to come with me. And Kawhi said, I'm not going to the Clippers unless you can get PG to come with me.
Yeah.
If Kawhi had come first and then had PG follow him, they may not have having to give it up so much.
Yeah. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I don't give a fuck about people saying like Rob Pelinka and all that bullshit. Fuck the front office. LeBron was the one who came to LA on his own. LeBron got Anthony Davis to come to the Lakers. Those two motherfuckers won the championship. The role players were all right, but those two dudes averaged 60 points a game the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up about
Right.
this GM
Rob
bullshit.
Pelinka, I know you're good friends with Kobe. Don't try to be Jerry Krause in the situation and be like, players play in the position that management puts them in. No. You be happy that LeBron allowed you to come along for the ride,
Yep.
that he let you sit in the back of the bus while he drove y'all ass all the way to an NBA championship.
Yep.
Whatever the fuck he wants, you got to give it to him at this point. Like, if I was the Lakers, to be honest, like, would you consider offering LeBron like one of these Dirt and Whiskey under the table, like when you retire, you get 20% of ownership deals?
Yeah. Hey, that's low key the Magic Johnson. That's the Magic Johnson shit.
Like, if I were Jeannie Buss, like, she's not going to be around forever. And before LeBron came, they struggled so much to right the Lakers ship.
Yeah.
If I were her, like, you may lose some money in the short term, but long term, if you like win a LeBron, because he has his eyes on the Cavs and all these other teams. As soon as he retires, like, he wants to be an owner. But if you're like, yo, first 5 years out of the league, we'll give you like 20% of the franchise. We continue to combine our branding, like, you know what I mean? They could set them up on a real great trajectory before LeBron is ready to take over whoever.
Hey, look, Garrett. Not only do they should do the shit, they are gonna do that shit. They need to do that shit because LeBron gave you guys this fucking championship. Y'all fondled. y'all fumbled. Y'all fumbled 7 years of the Lakers, like, in between times of winning the championship or whatever the fuck. You gave Kobe an extension when he was fucking washed already. You gave him $48 million for like 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
And that's when it all went downhill. LeBron is just riding the ship. Just give him what he deserves.
Yeah. Hey, captain, my captain. And I want to say as an aside how disgusting it is to hear fans like our friend Trayvon Spence, who says things like, man, it was a long 8 years. It was a real dark time. Will you shut the fuck up with your 19 NBA championships, bro? I'm an Atlanta Hawks fan. The city of Atlanta hasn't won anything except for Atlanta United winning a soccer tournament that nobody gives a fuck about in 40 years, bro. Don't talk about it was a tough 8 years. Go fuck yourself. But keep listening to the pod and keep commenting because we're going to keep interacting and embracing this type of dialectic conversation.
Hell yeah. 17 NBA championships, 5 in Minneapolis, 12 in LA. And then they want to bitch about a shitty season.
First of all, can I go on a small rant, like a 45-second rant real quick?
No, go ahead. By all means.
All right. Lakers fans, Clippers fans, y'all are both like incredible losers, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. And I'll tell you why. These Lakers fans, they have this whole rivalry of who has the most championships, right? Is it 18 or is it 17? Is it 18? Is it 19? Are we even? Should we count the Minneapolis ones? So the Lakers fans, they count all the Minneapolis championships, even though they never retired Jordan Mikan's number, and he was like the best player in the NBA history up to that point. Yeah. And then the Celtics fans count all these championships that they won like before the modern era when there were like 11 teams in the whole NBA. So both of these people are like, I got 19, I got 18. Both of y'all motherfuckers have like 7. That's what it really is. And y'all doing all this clout chasing and trying to discount the other person. Bill Russell won 10 championships against white dudes doing accounting wearing Chuck Taylors.
11 in the post. 11 out of 13.
And then for the Lakers, George Mikan was the best player in the NBA, and he couldn't dunk.
Yeah.
Like,
he couldn't dunk?
No.
He could dunk.
No. Terry, you know the Mikan drill, right?
What is it? He's like 6'11", I thought.
Yeah, he couldn't dunk.
Wow.
The Mikan drill is where you shoot layups on each side of the backboard continuously, switching hands, switching feet. He used to do that all day, every day. George Mikan never dunked a basketball.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
For some reason I don't believe that, but goddamn, you say it. Go ahead.
Hey, there we go. And these fans of both these teams, you guys are so quick to discredit each other. I just wish that you guys would have an intervention, a meeting of the minds, and realize that both of y'all ain't shit, and that neither one of y'all are special, and that sometimes people get lucky and have teams in LA or have white Jesus in Converse shoes show up and become a part of your franchise. Like, it had nothing to do with George Mikan. It had nothing to do with when you were playing against 10 ABA teams with guys who were doing fucking trigonometry on the side.
It's called the BAA, Garrett. Don't be racist. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Terry, I thought about I actually probably should have brought this up in our pre-production meeting. Yeah. I thought of a segment for you, bro. That would be just being like, who the fuck cares? And I'll just read you something. I'll be like, so Dwayne Haskins got benched, and this season Alex Smith finished out the fourth quarter for the Redskins.
And I'm just like, who the fuck cares?
And then you just be like, who the fuck cares? And that's the segment. That's
I thought Alex Smith broke his leg and his leg is still broken. Who the fuck cares about George Haskins? What's his name? Tyler Haskins? Who gives a fuck? It's over.
There we go. Hey, congratulations. We just made it big on Instagram, Terry.
Hey, man, I hear what you're saying. All the struggling fans definitely know what you're going through. The Hawks do have one championship in St. Louis, though. I'll give you all that.
I'm not a Lakers or a Celtics fan. I'm not going to count the Bob Pettit days.
Yeah, well, you can't. Son, I know you wanted to say, like, we got to give these dudes their just due. I don't give a fuck about just due. If you couldn't dunk like you say George Mikan couldn't, this motherfucker got 5 NBA championships shooting 40% from the fucking field for his career average, bro. He was the best player. He won.
First of all, wait a minute. Back then, 40% was like 10% higher than everyone in the league. Like, he was so much better at 40% than everybody else. They thought his ass was a god.
Fuck that shit. The fact that Minneapolis had a fucking basketball team in 1950, what was 1950?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, 1948, man. Are you shit?
10.
1948, bro. Hey, that's when he started to play.
I'll tell you this: basketball is a lot easier when you don't have to play with blacks. and if anyone can co-sign that, it's George Mikan.
Ask George Mikan and Bob Cousy about that.
Right, the most dominant center in the NBA to never dunk a basketball. Yeah. I tell you what, you would have been dunking if they had desegregated this shit. I promise you that.
Hey, look, as soon as Bill Russell joined the league, no more fucking championships for George Mikan.
No more George Mikan.
11 championships. One 6'9" black dude comes in the league, they're just like, oh, fuck.
Right.
You can fucking basketball? Holy fucking shit, man.
And he fucked George Mikan's bitch.
Hey, yeah. And they still called him a baboon.
Oh. Was that the D-League team then?
The Boston Baboons?
No, it had to be some of the Hartford Baboons or something.
Oh, shit.
All right, listen. All right, we're going to transition away from the NBA for a minute. I think we've had plenty of talk. Let's transition to another sport that doesn't get as much coverage, Terry.
All right. Hey, Shay's here. Say hello to Shay.
Hey, what's up, Shay? Get out of my podcast. I'm fucking with you. Anyways, you look like you're dressed for this sport at the moment.
What happened? Water polo? What are we talking about?
No. Golf. Exactly. Golf. In Norway. I found this out today. Craig, you ever open a new tab on your web browser and it just like pops up a bunch of news that you never give a fuck about?
I can't say that that's ever happened to me.
Well, happens to me every time I pop open a new tab. Credit to MSNBC. But I get this news story today. There has been a golf course in Norway that is going through a lot of problems right now.
Uh-huh.
Problem number one is there's been a dude since 2005 that has been taking shits in all the holes at night and wait until people put their balls in there and go to pull their balls out in the morning.
Oh my God.
And it's escalated to the place where he's leaving toilet paper in there now as a courtesy. It's been 15 years of shitty holes.
Jesus. What do you like? How do you even find something like this, man? What the fuck? What are
I
you
told you my methodology from the beginning. All right,
You telling me you just hit tab and that just comes open on your
it
fucking?
just popped open.
You're not. What is that on your tab? Is that on your little laptop? Right?
Bro, this shit was like Mike Pence's fly, dude shits in Norway golf course.
Oh my God! What is that? Ask Jeeves? That can't be Google.
Oh, no, let's ask Terry. So you get a cruise to go to Scandinavia, right?
Yeah.
You put on your best all-white shorts, socks, shoes, outfit. You go out there to the course. You're in front of your dad. He's the one who taught you how to golf. He taught you how to swing a club.
Yeah.
Taught you how to fade. Taught you how to do the other shit that's not a fade.
Yeah.
A hook. There we go. Taught you all that shit. You finally get out there, the big game. This is the father-son trip we've all been waiting for. Get out on their green. I got a long putt about 35 feet away.
Yeah.
The pressure, my dad's watching. Am I going to remember the technique that he taught me? I did. I followed through. Perfect. I didn't do none of that pussy shit either where I stick the putter into my stomach. No. Flat on the fucking surface, homie. I putted it right in front of my dad. I hit it. 33 feet, man. I made him proud.
Swear to God.
I could have been happier. I looked him in the face. I stuck my hand right in the thing to pull out the ball. Squish. This motherfucker, I don't know how many vacations he's ruined. I don't know how many like father-son bonding experiences that people never get their money back for. But at least he was a gentleman and he started leaving toilet paper.
This probably is the weirdest shit that I've ever fucking heard of, honestly. This is a dude homeless. I really want to know more about the dude. He's got to be homeless.
All right. Well, Terry, I'm glad you brought it up because I've been thinking a lot about this.
Is he a fucking swamp monster? Is he Sasquatch?
In my 15 minutes before the podcast where I was taking a shower, I thought about this the entire time in the shower. And I've come down to like two conclusions, right?
Yeah.
He's either an employee of the golf course that's been like passed up for multiple promotions.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I mean? The disgruntled guy, he never gets the appreciation he deserves. He's like, yeah. It's either that guy or it was the local dude who didn't dress well enough that like came in to eat at the club and they're like, I'm sorry, sir, but we don't seat people in here with this attire. And he was like, oh really? Okay. 15 years later, somebody goes to pull out a ball from hole 17. I was there.
God. I'll show these pieces of shit a piece of shit.
Right. But I think it had to be something more pernicious. Like I think they like made him leave.
Definitely.
They were like they made him leave during the middle of dinner, but they're like, no, your wife can stay.
So let me get this straight. I got more questions. How many holes did he shit in? Did he shit in multiple holes?
Yes, multiple. So this has been going on since 2005, and he like randomly will pick a hole like each week. No one knows what hole it is. No one knows what day it is. All you know is you better not be there for that 8 a.m. tea time because you might be fucking up your driving gloves.
Hey, look, my guy really, something must have happened. My man is taking a shit at hole 7. He's fucking stopped shitting, picks his pants up, if he's wearing pants, walks to another fucking hole, which is like half a fucking mile, and then shits in another hole perfectly. There's probably nothing on the rim, nothing on the green, all hole. Then he goes to another fucking hole and he does it again. This dude is fucking crazy.
He's a legend.
This person I've ever heard of in my life, man. This is crazier than any bum story I've ever heard. Like this shit is fucking insane.
So now, now I'm wondering, like, this article came out, right?
Yeah.
People are reading about it. People are discussing on a podcast that are going to get somewhere between 33 and 57 views on YouTube. And you think we're going to get a copycat pooper?
At the same place or just anywhere else?
In Norway. You know what I'm saying? Like the rival golf course. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, man, I've lived in this neighborhood 11 years. Nobody's talking about me.
You know what? You know what's kind of funny, though? If you think about this, I bet you somebody in Florida did this. I bet you a lot of money that someone in Florida did this shit. I swear. Those motherfuckers in Florida are crazy, and they don't give a shit. Pun intended.
Yeah, but Norway doesn't let Floridians in. They have a little bit more sense than that, Terry. They already have private health care.
This is true. Wait, we're talking. Oh, you said Norway. Isn't Norway the ones with like they don't have a lot of COVID cases or shit? Or is that Switzerland? Which one of those fucking?
Listen, I think it's probably Norway because it's colder up there. I imagine not a lot of people are getting sick on a virus that lives in like warm weather when it's cold as fuck.
Possibly. God damn, no, that's some.
Only you could take a hilarious premise and then turn it into a roundtable discussion on CDC statistics in Scandinavia. Like, all right, man, get back to the sports, Terry. Fuck.
Hole shitter. 4, that's a different interpretation of that. 2, is that what you yell when you fucking just dropping deuces in the holes? Nothing?
It's too late, man. Don't try to come back now. You ruined it, okay? Man, speaking of ruin it, the Falcons went 0-5. And, you know, this touches me nearly and dearly to my asshole because Falcons are probably the closest thing next to shit right now. And so the GM is gone, the coach is gone.
Yep. Well deserved.
We fired our special teams coordinator 3 weeks too late after we failed to recover the onside kick against Dallas. They made Raheem Morris our interim coach, and they're like, all right, whatever decisions you make are final. And he was like, cool, we're going to fire that coach that fucked up 3 weeks ago. That's the first thing I'm doing because that shit was inexcusable.
Revenge.
So now Arthur Blank comes out, our owner, and he's like, I don't know where Matt Ryan's future is going to be. I hope it's with us, but like, you know, the people coming in are going to be the one to decide that, not me. So who knows what's going to happen with Matt Ryan. So now, play deploring for Lawrence or rock with your boy Matty Rice and eat up the competition?
Oh, that's an easy answer to that question. You fucking get rid of that fucking idiot, Matt Iron. What the fuck is his name? You got to get rid of him, bro. It's over. That fucker makes $30 million. You know that, right?
Closer to 40, but yeah. Go.
Yeah, that's way too much money for somebody who hasn't won you anything, bro. I get he got you to a Super Bowl, but it's time to let go of Matty Ice, bro. He makes Julio Jones look like shit. You got Julio Jones on your team, and I don't even recognize my man anymore.
He's not playing.
That's because Matt Ryan probably injured his ass. He's fucking horrible.
Julio tried to lay out for one of his overthrows. It was like, oh, I think I pulled a hammy.
Fucked him up. Yo, like, no, dead ass serious though. Do you want to get rid of him or do you want to keep him?
Dude, I think it like depends where we finish. If we get the number 1 draft pick, if we're the worst team in the NFL,
you are the worst team.
Trevor Lawrence, and you gotta move on from Matt Ryan.
No, you're the worst team in the NFL. It's not even a question. You're 0.
At the end of the year, motherfucker. Not right now. I think you may have forgotten the Jets are still in the NFL.
It's between you and the Jets, man.
And they just traded their best player. So
did they trade him or they just released him?
Yeah, they just cut him. Yeah, you're right.
They cut that fucker and gave him to the Chiefs.
Anyways, this is now a lost season. I'm not even a third into the Falcons football, and it's over. I mean, so you know what? Hopefully they put up some good fantasy numbers or do something. At this point, I don't really give a fuck anymore. Like, we could bring back Michael Vick's original dog that lost in the first fight and put a form-fitted jersey on him and have one of his disfigured paws try to attempt to loft a football up to Calvin Ridley in double coverage. And we still wouldn't convert on 4th down. So, you know what? I have nothing left to say, man.
That's fucking vivid, dude. That's vivid as fuck. Wait, so you mean to tell me right now that you don't think the Falcons have the ability to turn this around? They can't go 11-5. How much you want to bet? Over under.
Look, I'm so tempted to just end this whole podcast. I'm so tempted. There's this big red button that says end, and it's right in front of my fucking face. And every fiber in my body is telling me to push it.
So you think Trevor Lawrence is going first, though, right? If it's the Jets?
Absolutely. Yeah, unless he like I don't know, has some type of gruesome injury where they can't detach his leg back or something like that.
How bad is Sam Darnold, man? This is so fucking disappointing.
Well, the thing is, nobody knows because the whole team is so bad and the coaching's so bad. So it's like, how can you evaluate anyone on a roster where nobody knows what to do?
This is true. Shit, it might be smart if they do. It's between you, the Giants, and the fucking Falcons. I mean, Falcons, Giants, and Jets. It's between those three teams. And I would say both the Giants and the Jets literally just got a fucking quarterback. But at the same time, this dude Lawrence is so good. I might even take that fucker and then dangle these other motherfuckers in front and be like, we got a nice little young quarterback that's decent. Right. Take him.
See, I think like originally at first I was like, if we get the number one pick, you got to do the RG3 shit and just let somebody trade like 7 picks to go up.
Yeah.
Right? And then you stick with Matt Ryan, you fill the rest of the team out with like around him with those picks. And then boom, you're back contending for a Super Bowl. But the more and more I thought about it, it's like nothing is guaranteed.
No.
Except that Trevor Lawrence, if he doesn't turn to Andrew Luck, is going to play in the league for 15 years.
Yeah. Hey, look. This is the thing, though. You got the whole unknown of, like, the COVID shit. And I feel like Trevor Lawrence is, like, one of the kind of known guys that you think is going to be decent. Like, everybody else, you really don't know how good these motherfuckers are or are not.
Yeah. Someone to my front door. Keep talking about Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence blows cock. No, I'm just playing. So, like, if you think about it, so college football is in a lot of turmoil right now. All my North Carolina people, I apologize, but the fact that UNC football is in the top 5 of the AP poll, that should tell you right now that this whole season is a fucking wash, man. And no, I'm not wearing any Carolina shit. This is some Man City. Anyways, the fact that this whole fucking season is just all unknown, it makes you think, like, if you got the first pick, you already have seen Trevor Lawrence play in, like, very important games last year. So you just go with that film, and you just get the dude from last year. You do not get anybody you don't know about. Don't get any single person that you think you have any game film on, and you get that dude. And what's up, babe?
Hey, man, listen.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you don't know anything about any of these other players, like, just go with that
I'm just
dude.
saying, if you're delivering mail, you don't have to knock on my door. Put it in the mailbox. Like, I'll get around to it when I get around to it.
Big facts on that. No, I was saying, though, like, if the fact that UNC football is number 5 in the nation right now tells you that.
All right. Well, it's been a great podcast, ladies and gentlemen. There he goes. He's back.
My mom called me a kid.
Oh, yeah. You cut out for like 10 seconds. You're like, UNC is ranked number 5, and then boop.
Nah, they're ranked number, like, come on. When's the last time UNC was ranked number, like, top 5 in football, dog? Never. I don't think they've ever been in the top 5. Even when they had Lawrence Taylor, they probably weren't in the top 5.
They had Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Bro, well, first of all, UNC should be making such a bigger deal out of Lawrence Taylor. They should be having Lawrence Taylor Day. Like, everything should be Lawrence Taylor. The foam fingers. They should have foam fingers that look like this. You know what I mean? Just for Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, and that's the main reason why they don't talk about Lawrence Taylor that much. Before that, though, like, they had a whole bunch of the jerseys. But then once what did he do? Did he do it in Paris, France? Didn't he go to, like, some sex slave ring somewhere in a different country? And now they're just like, Lawrence, God damn it.
Like,
man.
bro, you couldn't just, like, find a regular person on Craigslist or whatever people who are looking for hookers do. Like, you got to go all the way to Epstein Island in the middle of fucking Ibiza to do this, Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence was. Lawrence is tripping that day.
Bro, those LT foam figures on eBay are selling for like $3.
The shocker. I was about to say they probably got the shocker joint and they got the regular joint.
They got the $3 LT foam finger.
A few different ones, or you got this one. Got the thumb, just the straight thumb joint.
Oh man. If you paid 99 cents more for the premium version, it smells like chloroform. Hey, what does this figure smell like? Victory.
Oh shit, man.
Oh man.
I like it. Goddamn. You definitely made me feel like one of those girls. Nah.
Yeah. Hey, not to make light of rape, but like, because rape will make light of you. If you joke enough about it, somebody will come and fucking rape you. So for all you people out there that think this shit is actually funny, keep that in mind.
Hey, Lawrence Taylor, bro, he went fucking crazy though.
And address is out there on Google now. Like, you can type in somebody's first and last name and find exactly where the fuck they're at right now.
Hey, man, be careful.
Yeah, you guys keep laughing at these rape jokes, and Lawrence Taylor is going to find you. He has some of the best ball tracking and pursuit skills I've ever seen from a linebacker. Like, I guarantee you, once he finds you, he's coming in a straight line to you. And you're not holding on to the baby once you
do. Bro, he's in prison. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I think he's in prison.
No. He was like raping bitches in Panama. Like, that's not a crime. That's like a tariff or something. I don't know.
That's a crime across state lines, across country lines. That's a little ridiculous. I don't think he's in jail, actually, though.
You know how third world countries work, bro? If you like commit a bad crime in a third world country, they're like, all right, just give us $100. And you know what I'm saying? We don't even have CNN out here. It's not like we're gonna tell anybody.
This is true. It's kind of fucked up, but that's true though. That's true.
Hey, ask Jameis Winston. Ooh. I'd have called Tuscaloosa a third world country or wherever the fuck he was, but
yeah, true that. Hey man, it is what it is, bro. That man's a monster.
I had a bunch of other shit I wanted to talk to you about, but honestly, like, I just don't care what you have to say about these topics. So I'm just gonna let them go. Like, I actually like took the time out of my life, Terry, to write down the word lions. And I'm looking back at my notes and I'm looking at lions. I'm thinking, what could we possibly talk about the Lions?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, you know what? 2020, they're still plural. The Lions are still a pack of lions. They're multiple. They haven't been reduced to a single lion. They didn't cancel the rest of them because they made homophobic remarks or because men elected to shave their legs and do other stuff in public.
Shut your ass up, man. What else you got on the fucking thing?
That's it, man. For real. We had Tom Brady forgetting his downs. We got
Tom Brady went full retard, bro. You never go full retard, Tom Brady. Do you think he got that CTE? Is that CTE inside of him?
Listen, I'm still waiting for you to say something flagrant. We had notes from the listeners at the beginning of this podcast. Quote, anonymous listener, Terry is cucked out now. Be more flagrant. Listeners come first. Guys, listen, I said this at the beginning of the pod. I addressed it in a pre-show meeting. So now I'm just going to wait for you to say something flagrant. I'll sit here.
There's a certain
No, this whole podcast, you want to sit here and be like, he's going overboard, showing off all your fucking crooked teeth and your olive oil smile there. Okay?
Hey, look, man.
Go ahead and say something funny, motherfucker.
Well, cut. You laugh at my jokes. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about, man.
All right, there we go. That's the energy I was looking for.
Hell no. But that Tom Brady shit was funny as fuck, though. That shit was funny, though.
He literally forgot where he was, and it's like old people who read a book, but it takes them like a year because they keep reading like the same last page and then falling asleep on it. Like, they're like, oh shit, I don't remember what happened. They're like, let me read the last page to catch back up, and then by the end of the page, they sleep again. Like, that's where he was. He read the third down page, And then he forgot where he was. He was like, let me see what happened on third down, and then we'll get right back to it. And they're like, there is no more downs, sir. Like, that's it. You're done. And he was like, but what about the screenplay that I was going to run?
Yeah, bro. Those fucking memes, bro. Those fucking Tom Brady memes were so funny, man.
Hilarious.
Hey, man, that shit was funny. Look, he's 43, bro. What the fuck do we expect from Tom Brady, man?
Well, clearly not like a valid memory or ability to recall past events.
We should have believed his wife when she said he had multiple concussions.
Well, we should have believed him when he said he's never had strawberries.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You didn't hear that? Tom Brady's like, every morning I eat avocado toast. And somebody was like, what if you put strawberries on it? And he was like, I never eat strawberries. I've never had one in my whole life.
That's, oh my God. That's like the widest shit.
And then so immediately the reporter was like, I feel like you're lying.
Most likely, like, never you've had a strawberry. Come on, shut the fuck up, Tom Brady.
You know how, like, Peyton Manning, the older he got, like, his mind was still there, but his body broke down. Where, like, in that Super Bowl, he was just throwing, like, these 20-yard passes, and the ball's, like, fluttering through the air, looking like it's trying to take off. Tom Brady had, like, the opposite effect, where his arm is still good, but his brain is, like, turning to mush. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on before the play. He doesn't know what play it is. He's like, are we playing in Tampa Bay or in Nashville? Like,
You know what the fucked up thing about this shit is? It's so funny because, like, you know, before, like, everybody's like, Tom Brady's the fucking GOAT. Literally, this is when you know you have to hang it up. When it's time to hang it up, hang the shit up. These motherfuckers are saying he's not even the GOAT anymore after one half of a shitty season in Tampa Bay, bro. A half of a fucking shitty season in Tampa Bay. And people are like, oh, yeah, I don't know if Tom Brady's got it. Aaron Rodgers has more talent than Tom Brady. If we want to blah, blah. I'm just like, are you fucking serious? We're going to talk shit about this dude. He's 40-fucking-3. Got a zip on his fucking arm. What the fuck? You're just going to look at me like that with that salsa in your mouth?
Yo, I realized that, like, they'll just keep you on the screen until I say something.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm just going to make faces at you until you just run out of shit to say.
Until we get the split screen running, we're just going to keep fucking with each other.
No, the split screen is going to be real bad, man, because, like, when I'm not talking, I look like an insane person.
You don't look like an insane person. Hey, look, man.
When you're talking, I'm, like, measuring the gaps in between my teeth. I'm, like, seeing what the next element is going to be on the periodic table. I'm like, how fast is Bo Jackson actually going when he hurt his hip?
You know what's funny is, though? I was thinking about it, like, when I had this fucking mask. When you were talking, I was thinking about either putting it on, and when I come back on screen, I just got a mask on. And then the next time you talk, I just take it off with my hat front ways. And then the next time I talk, it's like this. And then the next time, you know what I'm saying? That should be retarded.
Well, you should try putting it over your whole face because I think that would really do a lot better for our viewership. I think the folks at home would really appreciate that if you just cover up as much as possible. I don't know if we have any like a hijab burqa type situation
They do?
shipped over to you, but
Don't
they need to do it, in the words of my man T.I., expeditiously.
Hey, man. We had a good run, bro. We had a good run.
We had a good run.
Yep.
Prominent, dominant, expectant, expectorant, fucking Delsum, Folsom, Fulham, Clint Dempsey. We out this bitch.
All right. You can find all of our episodes on thehlspod.com. Oh, my God. Hey, look. I got another.
Hey, hold up. Real quick. Got a brand new article coming out tonight on what we learned from the finals from Miami versus the Lakers going forward in the NBA. We have a brand new Instagram page where you guys can check out all of our shortened clips out. If you want something that's shorter than 5 minutes.
Yeah, we ain't got the clips on yet, but they're coming. They're coming.
They're coming. Putting up one tonight. Got our Docs Rivers clipped, and you can find all that at Instagram. The name of our handle is just HLS Pod. Only 6 letters. HLS POD Pod. If you have a brain in your cranium, and go on there and search those 6 letters.
You saw the pod shit, right? You saw I made the fucking page, right?
Huh?
You saw I made the page, the Instagram page, fool.
Oh, no wonder I couldn't log into that shit. I was like, what happened? I reset your password and made a new one.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did today. That's what I'm talking about. So Terry made the HLS pod. I didn't see that until I deleted it earlier today. So now it's just HLS pod.
You deleted it? What the fuck? You're retarded, man. I followed you, stupid.
Bro, I reset your password, so it's as good as deleted.
I followed you on it, you retard. God damn, you stupid as hell, man.
I don't know what to tell you, man. They got the same picture and everything, except I reported all your shit. I was like, I didn't make an Instagram page. Who's this imposter?
You could have just talked to me, you dumbass. You thought somebody made a fake page? The shit was legit.
I was like, how'd they get my fucking logo?
You're so dumb, bro. God, you never use Instagram. You have no clue what the fuck is going on, dog. Oh my God, son. You could have just called me and be like, yo, did you make an Instagram page? And I would be like, yeah, I did.
So just to make sure, don't follow the HLS pod.
Jesus.
Just
Son,
HLS pod.
no, wait. I got to fight back for our actual name of our podcast. The actual name.
First of all, you have no idea how upset I was that the HLS pod was taken. I'm like shaking I'm like, how? How?
I took the shit. It wasn't actually there. I had to take it from somebody. You
I didn't. Oh, you had to take it from somebody?
I had to take it from somebody. Now you gave it away again.
Not, bro. I just canceled the password.
God damn, dude.
Bro.
This is behind the scenes shit we're talking about. Now I got to go back and look and see what this fucking page looks like. I'd already followed like Alan and Haji, like everybody.
Yeah, there are 8 people. I was like, this would be a fresh start.
I already followed the people that watch our shit.
Hey, man. Well, thank you all for subscribing to 7 different YouTube channels, commenting, which none of you have done at all. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. Supporting this podcast, listening to this on your weekly commute, your time you're trying to go to sleep, time that you keep one earbud on the far side of your head so you don't have to listen to your girl's long stories. Whatever you want to do, we're just happy that we're here there with you.
I'm going to stay a cuck. See you later.
Yeah, you are. You read the notes and didn't grow at all. All right, y'all. That's the Habitual Lie Steppers, and we're signing out. Thank you.
Go vote.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.